Hello everyone! In this video, you will be able to see what our two toy Pomeranians, Mila and Snowflake, do every single day from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. When Mila and Snowflake first wake up, they're a little bit drowsy and groggy, but then their stomachs wake up and they start squealing for food. And as you can hear, they sound like two little piggies, just squealing for food. So here are Mila and Snowflake, and let us know if you can tell them apart. The way we can tell them apart is because Snowflake is smaller and more white, and Mila is a little bit bigger with cream on her head and back. Here they are now eating and enjoying, and they have special little kibble because their teeth are still developing. And this is the only food they eat for right now, unlike our labs who will eat anything. So Mila and Snowflake are still being potty trained, and right now we are changing their bedding. And they enjoy digging and playing through the blankets, as you can see. And they always try to crawl underneath, but that's a safety issue, and we always want to make sure that the blanket is flat. So this is the pretty much only time they get to play underneath blankets with supervision. Now I would have to say that Mila and Snowflake are like little babies at 1 year old. They have the same character and playfulness, which is why they're able to play with almost anything. If you notice, there is a water bottle in the back, and they love chasing that around. They can't quite grab the water bottle in their mouth, so every time they try to grab it, it slips away and they chase it around. This is a wet feet enrichment activity to develop the girls' brains. The water is warm and it helps us train them to like water. Afterwards, they will bathe. Now, this will help the girls get used to water and be around water instead of scaring them all at once while they're bathing. Now, to help them get into the bowl, we put a little ducky, and Mila is trying to get the little ducky. Now, while she's getting the ducky, she's getting her feet wet and she's getting used to the water. She's understanding that it's not that scary. So she got her ducky and she's trying to get out. Oh, bingo! And now it's Snowflake's turn to get her feet wet. Notice how tiny their feet look once they're wet. They look like guinea pigs, don't they? I say that they look like clouds with feet. Now here we have Snowflake bathing, and Snowflake is especially fluffy. They're both fluffy, but Snowflake especially. Now, what you'd probably hear is them, again, squealing, and that's just them enjoying the bath. I mean, it's a new setting for them. They're not always underwater, so this is a new experience. And as you can see, once they get wet, they are even more tinier. Comment down below what you think Snowflake is thinking right now, or what she looks like. I personally think that she looks like a bobblehead. I mean, she has her huge fluffy head and tiny wet body. She looks like a teddy bear, like a plush toy. You know, those Beanie Babies. And I think she's probably thinking, bring me back to Mila! I miss her! When bathing a puppy, it's important that you make sure that water doesn't get into their ears. When you blow dry a puppy, it's very important that the setting is not too hot but not too cold. You want it just right, warm enough to dry them. As you can see, Snowflake is flying around. It looks like she doesn't want to get blow dried, but it's very important that you completely blow dry the dog, otherwise they can get sick. Blow drying can be consuming, but it takes patience from both the dog and the owner to do a complete blow dry to make sure the fur is nice and dry and fluffy, and you'll be able to see that in the next clip. In just a moment, Snowflake will finally sit down. Just for a moment. Like that, just for a moment. And then she's back to running around. So, in just a second, we will start brushing her again to style and make sure that the fur isn't crazy or wavy. But before we do that, Snowflake has to play around with the hairbrush, of course. So, after the bath and the blow dry, she is looking so fluffy and silky. Look at that beautiful fur.
So we have just bathed our toy Pomeranians. This is Mila. She is so fluffy from her bath. And she just wants to go and explore and play around. While this is Snowflake. And she loves cuddling. She's so soft and sleepy. So I'm gonna put her, and she's kind of cold. You can see her shivering. I'm gonna cover her back up. Now this little girl is ready to play. Come here. She's a little cold from the bath, so I'm keeping her warm. Come here. Come here.
So every single day, Mila and Snowflake get a new toy. This is a form of enrichment to help their brains grow and develop. Today, they get a teddy bear, which they are aggressively playing with. I mean, look at that. It's like a wrestling match. Who's going to win? Teddy bear versus Pomeranians. And now they're doing tug of war. They're strengthening their muscles. I'm curious to see who will win, Snowflake or Mila. I kind of feel bad for the bear though, but it's okay. Mila and Snowflake are like little energizers. They get bursts of energy throughout the day and run around and play. Right now they're doing tug of war. But soon they will get tired and sleepy, which you will see in the next clip. After their morning play and activities, Snowflake and Mila are ready to nap. Here you can see Snowflake dozing off and Mila is still not sleeping. They like napping together because they can keep themselves warm. All right, sweet dreams. So after nap time, it's time for puppy school. Snowflake and Mila like to hop on their back feet for attention, so we are teaching them to be patient and wait. Here they get a treat for sitting down. Now it takes time and patience, and a couple of sessions each day will greatly improve their behavior, and they're doing a much better job of sitting and waiting patiently. When training the puppies, we work with them individually and together. Here we have Snowflake. Snowflake is learning how to be patient and wait. After training, it is time to eat. They are sure crunchers. Crunch, 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 crunch. Snowflake and Mila don't have all of their booster shots yet. However, it's still important that every day they get some sunlight and fresh air. Here, they are sitting on a little puppy trampoline. To protect the girls, we avoid them being in contact with grass. Now it's more playtime for Snowflake and Mila. Playtime is very important for dogs because that's how they develop. So if you have your own pup at home, make sure you give them lots of opportunities to play. Even though they're small, puppies have very sharp teeth, which they can use to bite off something and potentially choke. So it's a good idea to supervise your pup while they play with something to prevent any accidents. You don't have to spend money on expensive dog toys. Pups are very playful in their own nature, and they can make a toy out of anything. So you can provide items from your own home that they can play with, such as a plastic bottle or an empty pasta package. And they have fun running around and playing with it, and they will never know the difference, whether you got it from PetSmart or your pantry. Now here, they are running around, chewing, playing tug of war, and overall just having a good time. Pomeranians have long and thick fur. So Snowflake and Mila get the fur brushed every single day to maintain its overall appearance and to prevent any future knots or tangles. Brushing just a couple of minutes every day will ensure that their fur is looking good and tangle-free. All right, it's dinner time. Please enjoy this puppy ASMR while Snowflake and Mila enjoy their dinner. Crunch, 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 crunch. Snowflake and Mila are so playful, they don't even need toys. They just play with each other, and it looks like they're wrestling and running around and trying to tackle each other. Look at them go, look at them spin. So after a long day of playing and wrestling and eating and doing all sorts of fun activities, Snowflake and Mila are ready to go to bed. Snowflake is always the first one to lie down, and Mila is in her own little world, like I mentioned before. And they sure love sleeping side by side. It's very rare that they sleep in different corners. They love to be near each other and keep each other warm. And they are sisters, so they just love to be together. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give us a like. We would really appreciate it. And leave a comment down below. We would love to hear your feedback. Please subscribe to our channel to see more puppy content in the future. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye!